What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about new characters in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. Because in the last video, we talked about Kissy Missy was uncontained. However, we have to go find her and save her in the 4th chapter. Basically, I think Boxyboo probably went to the upper levels and took Kissy Missy out. However, us and Poppy has to go find Kissy ourselves so we can go save her and bring it back to the olden times in Chapter 3 when she was helping us. Now, basically, there was something going on in Chapter 4 that I want to go talk about because 10 months after this month is December. Basically, I think the game should release in December or November. We don't have the full evidence. Some people on YouTube said that the game could release 10 months after this month. That means it could release this year or middle of 2025, which is next year in the middle of the year. Basically, some of these references to the characters themselves could bring like some characters that are unknown to the server so far and bring joy and happiness to the people that really like Poppy Playtime. Now knowing that some of these characters that are new to the franchise are still going to get revealed later on in the future, perhaps maybe Mob Entertainment themselves might reveal the appearance of this unknown character and might tell us more characters throughout the years if they have time. Now basically, the patch is already released and we have time to get this patch. It's already for Chapter 3, loaded on Chapter 3, and ready for other people to literally get. Now basically, this patch is like a DLC because basically they now uploaded the DLCs for Chapter 3 to the main process file. That means that some of these characters that are in Chapter 3 will still be in the game, but when there's new patches, they'll add like new characters to the franchise as well. Mob Entertainment themselves might make a secret character in Chapter 4, like Love Bug we saw in Chapter 2, and there was blueprints of her in the Elliot Wugwing room. Every single time we go in the Elliot Wugwing room, we see this blueprint of the name of Love Bug. This secret character that we found out in Chapter 2 that was referenced that was gonna come in Chapter 3 or Chapter 4, maybe in the future processes that they might make throughout the years, but it might give us a reference to these characters that are here now. Basically, we trying to figure out what happened to Kissy Missy actually, because the first sound we hear is the same sound we hear in the first chapter, which is Huggy Wuggy's main sound from the files. And somehow I think it wasn't Boxyboo, but it had to be Huggy Wuggy. Knowing that he probably got stronger from this unknown prototype. Maybe the prototype made him stronger and gave him like the same tech that he got. And he could probably mimic voices just like him. So, I think it was not Boxyboo, but it had to be Huggy Wuggy. We don't have the references. We did know that Kissy Missy had a big role in Chapter 3. Now knowing that since she is taken away from us for a couple of hours, or maybe a couple of hours in the game, we have to go save her because she's the main protagonist after all in Chapter 4. Which brings us so many characters behind us if this character is really gonna get into Chapter 4. Also, perhaps some of these characters that are new in the gameplay could give us like some references of this character that is unknown. And still, knowing that since Dog Day was one of the characters in Chapter 3 that we found so far, we still understand that some of these characters are new to the gameplay plot that give us more like issues with the game and really want to know if Dog Days are a secret character in Chapter 3. But we do know that some of these characters that are in Chapter 4 that's not going to get revealed until like December when they finally announced the game. When they finally gave us the trailer of Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, we did figure out that the ending was spoiled by a YouTuber, knowing that the YouTuber spoiled the whole ending for other players. and it was unknown to the server, knowing that some of the players could either had time to finish the game themselves to find out the ending themselves. They just got spoiled by the whole entire thing. They spoiled the whole entire plot and the whole entire game, which is bad. Now knowing that everybody now knows the whole entire ending, they can now just don't want to play chapter 3, because what's the point of playing it if you already have the ending? Now, let's just go back to the reference when we was talking about Boxyboo. Now, Boxyboo is one of the characters because we only saw him in a VHS tape in the Hour of Joy. That was the only VHS tape we saw him in, but whatever he was doing in that VHS tape, we did saw him eating a human being in an office. Now knowing that he's probably in the upper levels now, trying to get more hostile to get more hungrier. Now knowing he wants to kill more humans and more toys to be able to be more hostile than other characters. We don't know what's gonna be yet to be added in chapter 4. Now knowing that some of these characters that are new and improved in chapter 4 will be ready for us sooner or later in the chapter 4 main game, that will give us more clues about the gameplay and also give us more potential things for the gameplay. We don't know if there's like characters that are going to be unknown in the server, because basically their Discord server told us everything about the game plot. That will give us some news about the gameplay as well. Now knowing that we did said in our last video that Project Playtime was a rip-off for chapter 3 until chapter 3 came out. People started playing it and they're still playing it now until chapter 4 comes out. Now, they said the game is working in process, and since they're waiting for the trailer to be released and announced, we're still waiting for these release dates to be revealed and some of the work hours for the game. We don't know how long chapter 4 is going to be, but it's probably going to be all the games combined. Since chapter 3 was 2 hours and something long, it wasn't really 3 hours or 3+ hours long, because it took some players 2 hours to beat the game. So that means chapter 4 will be at least 5 or 4 hours. It depends on Mob Entertainment themselves to give us clues what is going to be in the main game plot and what time is the game going to be done, or how long the game is, to be exact. We don't know, but some of these new characters that are directing us to the new characters that are here soon, and it's going to give us more comprehension to these characters, will give us more view to these characters as well. Some of these characters that has not been revealed yet are still here today, but I'll see you on the next video, and peace.